Hey everybody, welcome into the Power of 50 community, the ultimate power team. I am so glad you're here today joining in on this broadcast from the Power of 50 community, sharing today's life lesson with you. It's one that is near and dear to my heart. I just sent out my newsletter, and so this is fresh on my mind as such a powerful life lesson that truly, truly changed my life. And that is to muster the ability when I really mean no to say no. Don't say yes to please somebody else, because then I end up being the one who's disappointed and displeased and feeling like I'm being taken advantage of or whatever. So I want to have that conversation about the famous topic of people pleasing today. Go with don't ever let your mouth overstep your what your heart really means, because you have to manage the two simultaneously in order to stimulate and protect your happiness. So that's the message for today. As you guys come in, please share the video out no matter what platform you're finding us on, whether it's in the Be Live community, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, or I'm trying to think, I don't know, Twitter, wherever you're, Instagram, wherever you're finding us at. Welcome into the Power 50 community. Welcome to the Ultimate Power Team. My name is Marci, Batiste, your Ultimate Power Coach, America's #1 reality-based success and recovery trainer. My job is to help you disrupt your toxic thoughts, end your self-sabotaging behaviors, and give you the tools you need to truly create that custom-fitted life that you love to live. I'm living proof that it's possible. I'm living proof that anybody can do it. I'm not anybody special. Most of the lessons that I share with you are lessons that I had to learn the hard way. I used to tell my kids, learn my lessons, don't take the class. That's really, truly my mindset. That's my mindset of the Power of 50 book project, which, as a reminder, comes out December 11th. And stay connected with us. Make sure you join the community. The links are included with the video. But you'll be able to meet the authors along the way. You'll be able to meet some other fantastic women who have overcome some really great obstacles and found their place in the world. And so we're highlighting women who are on the cusp or just over 50, 60, 70, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's never too late to pursue your dreams. It's never too late to go after and reclaim your power with passion and with purpose. It's never too late, no matter where you are. And I always tell my clients, like, I'll meet you where you are. I just have to know where you're at and be honest and be transparent about it. And these ladies have signed up for that. They have committed to sharing their authentic, true selves, their true stories, and sharing with you their life lessons, their wisdom that they've taken from the knowledge that they've gained. What's up, Gregory? Hello from Las Vegas. All right, glad you're here. So yeah, just make sure you guys share this video out, because there's somebody, I guarantee you, there's somebody that you know in your circle who is saying yes when they really mean no. They're living a life of a people pleaser, and inside, deep down, they're the ones who are miserable. Everybody else, meet you in Vegas. I would if I could. I got 50 million things to do. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I know you were in Vegas, so awesome. But yeah, this is all about the overcoming these obstacles, guys. Say, when you mean no, say no. Don't say yes thinking that you're going to please somebody else, and then somehow that's in turn going to circle back to you and fulfill your soul. I titled this broadcast, "Don't let your mouth say yes when your heart means no." You have to find the balance between what your head knows to be true and what your heart is feeling, because there's a powerful soul connection that is the sparked when you connect those two. You have to connect the head and the heart. You can't operate all from mind and never from heart, and vice versa. You can't operate solely from heart and never from using your mind. Like, my personal mission statement is to lead with my heart and love with my head, and to leave a legacy that my daughters can be proud to say, that's my mama. This is what she stood for. So that's when I tell you that I am the case study for this work, I'm trying to tell you I was a I don't know, like, certifiable people pleaser. I don't know if it came from, I know a lot of it started when I was really young and being biracial, growing up in the 60s at a time when it's at the height of the civil rights movement. You know, Martin Luther King was just killed a few months before I was born. So just the whole, and I was born in Iowa. So not a lot of diversity as you would think about being biracial growing up in that environment. So I was always kind of the odd one out. Like biracial kids now is like that's the norm. It's normal. Back when I was coming up, that wasn't normal. So I never really felt like I fit in. So I always felt like I had to do something extra. Hey Lotus, I had to do something extra to make people like me, to make me feel validated, to make me fit in. And so that started really, really young. I was talking to an old grade school friend of mine a few weeks ago, and we were talking about I used to be afraid of her, and she used to want to beat me up. And so we were talking about why did you want to beat me up? And so there's one particular incident. We're out by the buses, and she was like going to beat me to the bus so she could beat me up. And we finally get to the bus, and we've got this. She's got her crew with her, and I'm like kind of solo ace because I don't really have a lot of friends. Definitely didn't have a support system built in. So we're at the buses, and you picture this long row of yellow buses getting ready to pick all the students up from elementary school. I think we were in fifth grade at the time. And like she was one of the cool kids. She was an athlete. She was one of the best runners in the school. So like she was totally the cool kid. And I'm like this nerdy, like mixed kid that doesn't really fit in, doesn't really know who I belong to, whatever. I'm just trying to do whatever. And so she wanted to beat me up. So I said to her, I was like, we were talking on the phone the other day. Now, mind you, we're both like almost 50 now. And this happened in fifth grade. And I'm like, dude, I've been carrying this with me for my whole lifetime. Why did you want to beat me up that day? I still don't even know. And so when we came through the conversation, we discovered that it was because we were in the spelling bee. I ended up coming in third, and she misspelled the word that I got right. And so when I got it right and she got eliminated, then she wanted to beat me up. So it totally doesn't make sense at 50 why somebody would want to beat somebody up over a spelling bee word. But it was just the point of, in that moment, I remembered thinking, what can I do to get this girl to not want to beat me up? Like, what can I do? And I remember at that point, I was like, well, I don't know. Let me see if I could talk my way out of it. Let me see what I can do. And so I ended up making her laugh. And the people around her were kind of laughing, and that kind of it de-escalated the situation to the point that she no longer, so she didn't beat me up that day. And in fact, now here we are 35 years later, still 40 some years later, still friends, still connected, still with an amazing relationship. And but that foundation that I was built on, guys. I was built to people please. I was built to do what made me fit in, to what made other people feel good so they would like me and accept me. Meanwhile, I was left on the outs, never really feeling like I fit in, because I felt like you only like me because of this, or you only like me because of that. So I still didn't really feel like I fit in, but at least I had friends. And it wasn't until I was an adult where I realized, when you do stuff like that, those people aren't really your friends. You're not really making friends. They don't really like you. They like what you can do for them. And I did a life lesson not too long ago about making sure whether people are for you for the long haul, if they're for you for the right now, or what you can do for them. And those two things go hand in hand. But that was my thing. That people pleasing was my thing. And so I would often do things that my heart was like, girl, what are you doing? Why would you eat? No, I don't wanna. But my mouth would be like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Yep. And meanwhile, I'm hoping that because I yesed, that somehow my heart is going to be fulfilled. But my heart is like, no, that wasn't what I wanted to do anyway. And so it wasn't until when I finally sold out to my happiness, guys, and I learned to set boundaries. And so that's what my newsletter this week was about setting boundaries. And I shared that on a life lesson as well. Like that was something that was so impactful to me. But that gave me the support by establishing these boundaries to begin to say no when I really meant no, and to honor my heart, and let my heart not necessarily override my head, because sometimes you can feel your way out of your blessings, just like you can think your way out of your blessings. And so that's why it's important to have a balance. But in order to do that, you have to be connected on both levels and be able to say, you know what, does this really is this really my benefit? Is this something that I want to do? Is this, and it might well not have nothing to do with you. It might not be for you. It might truly only be for someone else's benefit. But I believe in pouring out. I believe in giving. I believe in sharing, but not to my own detriment anymore. Not to my own detriment. So now I'm cautious about what I say and what do I agree to in terms of how's that going to make me feel on the backside? Am I going to feel like I did a good thing, or am I going to feel like I was a sucker? Am I going to feel like I got played? Am I going to feel like they're ungrateful? Because I'll do a lot for a lot of people, but not not forsaking my own happiness. I always put my own happiness first. So that's the message today, guys. Don't let your mouth speak yes when your heart means no. Honor and find balance between both. Think with your head and your heart simultaneously. Love with your head and your heart simultaneously. Keep those two things in alignment. That's my life lesson for today's Power 50 broadcast. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube. The links included with the video. Join the Power 50 community. And as always, thanks for living life on Mars with me and being part of the Ultimate Power team. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one.